Obviously, I'd be lying to you if I said, when I initially saw everything that was going down and, Amazon saying they're not going to, only receive certain things, that I didn't have a little bit of fear myself, because what's going on, guys? Welcome to the video. So frankly, today's video is a little bit overdue, and I want to talk about how the current situation where we're all stuck in our homes, can actually say it without risk of being demonetized. The last video that I created where I actually said it, I got demonetized. So I'm going to avoid saying it in this video, but we all know exactly what I'm talking about. So the current situation has, kind of impacted online arbitrage and reselling, but that is okay? First and foremost, I see a lot of people that aren't serious about it dropping off, so that means less competition for you and me, right? And also, the mark of a successful entrepreneur or successful small business owner in general, right? Or successful in general at all, right? Is your ability to adjust, right? Certain things are going to pop up, unforeseen things are going to happen to you in your business, and your ability to figure out exactly how to solve those problems and then adjust accordingly is really the only thing that matters in the end, right? Your ability to adjust to certain situations is really what's going to determine how successful you are, especially as an entrepreneur, okay? So I wanted to kind of preface this by saying, this is okay. It's only temporary. It's a small adjustment for the time being, but once you adjust, it will make you a little bit better so that when you come out the other side, you will have other tools in your arsenal, maybe scale up another side of your business, and you will be miles ahead of your competition that just sat in watching Netflix. Now, I also wanted to say that it's just temporary, okay? If you look at the current climate and the current situation, Amazon is one of the only companies that's currently hiring. Okay? Whether it's shipping through FBA, or you're shipping FBM, or you're fulfilling other things from like Poshmark, Mercari, and eBay through the post office, right? None of those things are shutting down, because if you look at the kind of logistics of it, Amazon's not shutting down. They're actually hiring people to do their shipments for them, because Amazon's not going to shut down just the non-essential shipments. They're shipping out everything to make money while they can during this process. On top of that, it's not really a business. It's not really like a face-to-face type of business, right? You go in if you're a driver, you pick up your stuff, you drop it off to, different houses. You don't really have to interact or be in a close proximity with a lot of people. Same thing with the post office, right? Or the mailman, right? So you can still fulfill stuff on eBay, Poshmark, and Mercari yourself. You don't actually have to go in physically to the post office to do it. You simply put it in like a little, whether it's a padded envelope or just like a poly mailer or a small box. You can literally go either drop it off into the bins, whether it's UPS, FedEx, or the post office. Just drop it in a bin once you have the prepaid label, and then they'll get it. They'll ship it out to your customer. Or if it's a bigger box, then obviously you can just go in, and a lot of post office will have like a bin where you can drop a bigger box in, boom, do it that way, okay? So it is a small adjustment. So now let's talk about how you can adjust, okay? Obviously, everybody's freaking out because the majority of people that are doing FBA are freaking out because they can't get their shipments into FBA to actually fulfill for customers, right? Because Amazon's currently keyword is just focused on fulfilling and receiving essential items, right? Which makes sense, right? They're trying to do their part to help everybody out during this trying time. But that is only temporary, and I would say maybe it's a month from now, maybe it's like 2 to 3 months max, maybe it's a couple weeks, right? Who knows? It might just be, a short-lived. But eventually things will go back to normal and your FBA business will be able to scale again. In the meantime, you can focus on FBM. Not much changes when you're fulfilling it by merchant, right? You can still buy a lot of the same things. Obviously, you're going to have a higher margin because Amazon's not going to take as much of a fee, so that's a benefit to you. But obviously a drawback is you have to spend a lot of your time, if you have a big business, shipping out orders, packaging orders. So it is a good thing because my sales, honestly, on Poshmark, Mercari, and eBay have been up significantly lately. I'm not sure if that attributes to more people being home, shopping, and bored, or if it's less traffic on Amazon because they have less products. It's like the first time I've ever seen Amazon out of stock on a number of different things, right? But so my Poshmark, Mercari, and eBay sales have been up significantly. On top of that, I've actually been fulfilling FBM fairly frequently as well, right? So I've only been getting about 1 or 2 FBM orders, but I haven't scaled it up recently. I just ordered liquidation pallets. I haven't actually unboxed them and done them yet. They're over there, but you can still do everything that you used to be able to do FBA, just gear your business towards FBM now, and then once you start fulfilling FBM, then obviously when things go back to normal, you just ship all those products into FBA, nothing really changes, okay? So a few things to help you out, with this process. Obviously, nothing changes with Amazon or with eBay, Poshmark, and Mercari. My sales have been up. I'm sure your sales have been up. Drop a comment. Let me know, if your sales have been up or if they've been down and what your specific experience on those platforms has been, okay? But if you're gearing towards FBM, here's some pointers that are going to help you, right? This is off the cuff. I haven't recorded any of this. I kind of just wanted to talk to you and level with you on how I'm approaching it, right? So fulfill things that are easy to fulfill, right? So when you ship things into FBA, you can kind of just ship them into a big box, and if they're a little bit of a bigger or a bulkier item, or if they're, it's something that's going to have a high fee, for example, you don't really have to worry about it that much because Amazon's going to store it for you. Amazon's going to do all the fulfillment, the shipping, and the logistics for you, right? That's one of the benefits of FBA. With FBM, you can still pretty much go after a lot of the same items, although keep in mind you're going to have to pay for the potential shipping of that yourself, right? So go after things that are easier to fulfill as a merchant yourself, right? So I'm selling a lot of books right now. Not only am I going out and sourcing used books, but I'm going out and sourcing new books, and you can do that yourself right from your house with a software like eFlip. I've done countless tutorials on this in the past. I'll drop a card to that playlist up in the right-hand corner, and I'll also link it down in the description below. You can also source liquidation. It's a great time to source liquidation stuff, right? So, for example, you source a liquidation pallet, you can obviously resell that on Poshmark, eBay, Mercari. Boom, there's your business right there. I just told you sales have been up on those platforms. Or you can use a software like Scan Unlimited to source your liquidation pallets or source liquidation individual products, and then obviously list them FBM instead of shipping them into FBA. Not much changes, right? Your margins will be higher because Amazon won't take as much of a fee. All that really changes is you have to drop them off in the bins or at the post office yourself, okay? And those are not going away anytime soon. They're not going to stop the mail. They're not going to stop doing Amazon deliveries. The only thing that's changing right now is that Amazon's not currently receiving shipments that aren't essential items. That will go back to normal in the near future, and they're not going to stop the mail, okay? So take a deep breath. It's okay. We're going to adjust. We're going to benefit from this. We're going to adjust and come back even stronger, okay? So I have done many tutorials on how to actually source liquidation for Amazon. So instead of sourcing it for FBA, you simply source it for FBM, right? And if you're actually going through any tutorial of mine and we're going through and like looking at the FBA side of things to calculate the profit, just take it into the Amazon FBA calculator. You Google Amazon FBA calculator. It's a free, thing that they give you in Seller Central. You can log into that and go on the merchant fulfilled side and run your numbers on that side and anticipate your shipping costs potentially. And it'll tell you if you're profitable, how much your profit is, et cetera, et cetera. So not much changes with that. If you want to actually check out my Scan Unlimited tutorials, I'll drop a card up in the right-hand corner right now and a link down below in the description. The only thing that I would say changes for me specifically right now is I'm not sourcing a lot of wholesale, okay? Because while you could source wholesale and do your own fulfillment, it's just with wholesale, in my experience, they tend to be listings that sell very, very fast, right? So I don't have an interest personally of fulfilling like 40 or 50 orders myself from my house every day. So I'm not sourcing wholesale right now. So that's the only thing in my business that's still changing, right? I'm still sourcing liquidation, both for FBM on Amazon and for eBay, Poshmark, Mercari. I'm still sourcing cashback products to resell back on Poshmark, eBay, and Mercari. I'm still sourcing coupon products to resell back on Poshmark, eBay, and Mercari, right? Nothing really changes. I'm still sourcing some bulk items. So I actually have a couple games over there from GameStop. That's one of the bulk places I talk about. I ordered a couple things from Slick Deals like 3 days ago. They haven't come yet. So I'm still sourcing bulk arbitrage as well to fulfill myself as my own FBM sales, right? Nothing really changes. So I didn't really have this video planned out. Obviously, there wasn't much structure with it, but I kind of just wanted to talk about my experience on how I think that the current situation, we all know what it is, right? Can't say it without risk of demonetization, is affecting online arbitrage and resellers, okay? Nothing at all changes for Poshmark, eBay, Mercari selling. The only thing that changes is you got to make a slight adjustment from gearing towards FBA to FBM, but that's relatively easy, right? I've already told you the only thing that I'm focused on not doing, that only thing that changes in that aspect for me is I'm not sourcing wholesale. So I hope you like this kind of, off the cuff video. I hope it brought you some value today. I think it's important to kind of touch on because I think there's like a lot of, fear and hysteria out there. And I don't really think that it's warranted or necessary. I get where it comes from. Obviously, I'd be lying to you if I said, when I initially saw everything that was going down and, Amazon saying they're not going to, only receive certain things, that I didn't have a little little bit of fear myself because A, if we're being completely candid, obviously I sell a lot on Amazon FBA myself, right? So that worries me because it could have been a big hit in my sales. Obviously my sales have dropped a little bit, but instead of like going from all the way up here to like down here, they've really just gone from like here to like there, right? So they're still there and they'll go back up to normal when you can obviously ship into FBA, okay? I'm still doing merchant fulfillment, not much has changed, okay? And obviously, if we're being completely candid too, I sell an online arbitrage course, which is a large portion of my info products business. So I'd be completely lying to you if I said it was easier to get people to buy into that course now than it was in the past when you could ship into FBA, right? So that's really the only things that have changed for me in my business. My info product's a little bit tougher to sell, and obviously I'm fulfilling a lot more stuff FBM from my house instead of shipping it into FBA, right? That will change going forward. And for a limited time, guys, I'm also offering a free trial. So you can try online arbitrage completely free. You don't have to take my word for it and tell you, hey, it's easy to do this still, even with the current situation. Get in, try it yourself. You will see that it works for you, and then that will inspire you to scale it up and do it more, right? Free trial link down in the description. It's the first link in the description if you want to try Online Arbitrage Pro 4.0 for 30 days, okay? So I hope you liked this video. I hope you got a lot of value out of it, and I'll see you in the next one.